It's another middleweight matchup at the Apex. Dan Tom here with MMA Junkie to help you break down the main event for UFC on ESPN 62 between Jared Cannonier and Caio Borralho. Of course, Borralho's coming off the Contender Series and has already strung together 6 wins in a row to earn himself a number 12 ranking spot in the middleweight division. Well, he's going to look to inch closer to Jared Cannonier's top 5 spot, who is still holding on to that top 5 spot despite coming off of a semi-controversial stoppage to Nasruddin Imavov earlier this year. Cannonier, of course, eager to jump back and get back at it as he is semi-recently turned 40, but looking in the shape of his life. At the time of this video, the odds makers and the public are siding with the younger fighter in Borralho in the neighborhood of minus 225, with the comeback on your underdog Cannonier in the neighborhood of plus 175. Now, the odds setters kind of made this line a little closer, but public money has been coming in on the younger man Borralho. I mean, if there's anything that makes MMA gamblers tumescent, we know it's seeing a fighter in their mid-30s, much less a 40-year-old like Cannonier. The money's definitely coming in on the other side, but you know me, it's more about less about, I should say, age and reach and height, and more about how, styles make fights, because it really does at the end of the day. That being said, forecasting these things can be tricky. I do agree with Borralho being the favorite here. I think that he has interesting things as a southpaw. Cannonier, of course, is 4-2 against UFC level southpaws, a winning record, but counter shots and classic southpaw counters and fighters who can, shoot out straight punches, jabs from either stance have kind of traditionally been Cannonier's kryptonite. Borralho has been doing a lot more of that. Thankfully, a lot more jabbing, which I think is going to be key, but he also has a nice feint and come up to the right hook. Of course, he's got your classic southpaw weapons from the power side. I think those are going to have a lot of play against Cannonier, and of course, his looming takedown and submission threats will have a ton of play as well. 5 rounds is a long way to go. Cannonier is the more proven fighter, and a less proven fighter to implode against Cannonier when their stuff doesn't work, or particularly in the later rounds where Cannonier we've seen be rocked before and come back to win fights, e.g. his fight with Marvin Vettori. Well, that could happen here as well. But for more pathways, more stats, and information on both fighters, check out my breakdown over at MMAJunkie.com, where you can find results this weekend.